Hello, Internet. I'm Corione, your witch in residence here on YouTube. And recently, we had Beltane. But I know some of you couldn't quite make it out for the event. And I figured I would tell you the tale that I told everyone at the Beltane ritual. So I'm going to tell you a story about hope and fear, a story about love, lust, and madness. Now, this story is so old that even the immortal gods were young. These were the gods who had just created the land, the sea, and the sky. They shaped the mountains, the rivers, and the trees. They birthed all human emotions. But just before they created humans themselves, the immortal gods took the world's first union break. Now, while the gods rested, the emotions sat around with nothing to do. Boredom said, I'm bored. I've got nothing to do. Creativity spoke up and said, wait, I just invented a game. One of us will count to 100 and the rest of us will go hide. Then the one who counted has to seek the others. If someone isn't found, they win. Enthusiasm started to dance, followed closely by euphoria. Happiness jumped up and down as much as she could. She even managed to persuade doubt and apathy, who are rarely interested in anything, to join the game. But not everyone wanted to play. Truth refused to hide. Why should I hide? I will be found eventually anyway, he said. Pride thought it was a stupid idea, though he secretly wished he had thought of it himself. Cowardice didn't want to take any risks. Despite that, almost everyone got excited. After all, numbers had just been invented, and everyone was eager to try them out. But someone had to do the counting. Oh, I'll count, said Madness. I want to count. And since no one was crazy enough to want to seek Madness, they all agreed. So Madness began to count. 1, 16, 22, 35, 68. No, the other emotions interrupted. You need to count them. You need to count all the numbers in order. But I'm Madness, he said. I can't do it the normal way. I have to do it my way. Inspiration whispered in Madness's ears, and his eyes lit up. 1, 100, 2, 99, 3, 98, 4, 97, and so on. All the other emotions ran off to hide. Laziness, as always, just threw himself behind the first rock and on the road. Indecision found a tree, then changed his mind and ran to a rock. Then back to the tree, then the rock again. He couldn't decide. Lust climbed into a haystack, pulled more hay over himself. The pile began to vibrate on its own. Faith climbed into the sky. Jealousy hid in the shadows of success, who had nearly climbed to the highest tip of the tree. Generosity went to hide in the sun. Hope curled up between the clouds. Selfishness found what he believed was the perfect place, comfortable, airy, and most importantly, only for him. Treason hid behind a pile of garbage. Nobility couldn't decide where to hide. Every place looked too good for someone else. Beauty jumped into a crystal lake. Freedom hid in the breath of the wind. Lucidity found a flawless hiding place. Untruth hid at the bottom of the sea, claiming to be at the end of the rainbow. Passion and desire, in a fit of heated emotion, dove into the heart of a volcano. Oblivion forgot to hide, but no one noticed. Eventually, all the emotions had hidden except love. Foolish love just couldn't decide where to hide. And this should surprise no one, because we all know how difficult it is to hide love. Finally, love thought it would be romantic to hide inside a rose bush, so she nestled among the rosebuds, hoping no one would find her. Meanwhile, Madness had finished counting. 49, 51, 50. Ready or not, here I come. First, he found laziness, lying behind a nearby rock. Then madness fell into a hole, and at the bottom of the hole, he found fear. Climbing out, he saw hope in her cloud. He noticed someone jumping back and forth between a tree and a rock. That had to be indecision. Then he saw the trembling haystack and uncovered lust. He paused and listened. He heard faith speaking with the gods above. The volcano rumbled. It was passion and desire. Madness swiftly uncovered jealousy, then success, selfishness. Frightened, fear ran out of her hiding place in a beehive. After all the walking, Madness was exhausted. He found beauty in the crystal lake and consideration sitting behind a tree. She couldn't decide where to hide. One by one, Madness found the rest. Talent hidden in a patch of fresh herbs, sadness in a deep cave. Forgetfulness had already forgotten the game. Lies at the end of the road, untruth at the bottom of the sea, but he couldn't find love. Madness searched every flower, every mountaintop. He scoured the earth from one end to the other. Desperate, he wept. Then envy, jealous of love, whispered, You only need to find love. She's hiding in the rose bush nearby." Madness rushed to the bush. In his desperation, he thrust both hands into the thorns. A blood-curdling scream pierced the air. Love emerged from the bush, her hands over her eyes. Blood trickled between her fingers. When she lowered them, everyone saw her eyes had been pierced by the rose thorns. Madness fell to his knees. I'm so sorry, he cried. It was an accident. Tell me what I can do to make it up to you. Love, now blind, replied, You've taken my sight, so from now until the end of time, you must be my eyes. And so it is, from that day to this, love is blind, but she is forever guided by madness. Okay, guys, so this is the story that I told at Beltane this year. And I feel it's an important little parable to remember, okay? These stories are what serve as a backbone to a culture and our cultural understanding of things. So I encourage you guys to take the time to look out at all the lovely people in your life. And remember that love is not just the romantic love. And it's not just the kind of love that ends at the end of a Tinder date. Love is about family. Love is about friends. Love is about all those people you don't always get the chance to say it to. One of my favorite authors, Robert Heinlein, actually said that the more you love, the more you can love, and the more intensely you love. Nor is there any limit to how many you can love. If a person had time enough for love, he could love all of that majority who are decent and just. Make that time. Tell the people that you love them. Even if it can be a little weird and a little awkward between some friends, it's important that they know, because when you look around that circle, one day one of those members may not be around anymore. And you're going to wish you had told them. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy this Beltane. Beltane is the festival for fertility among Wiccans. This is the time we typically celebrate love in all of its forms, up to and including the kind you clean up with a bucket and a mop. So what I'm going to suggest for you is find those people that you love and spend some time with them this week, because you deserve it and they deserve it. All right, guys, have a very blessed Beltane. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.